Raham Sithara has a repertoire of several accolades across various platforms. A teacher, an entrepreneur by profession, a chef by passion, a well-known Toastmaster and past president of Lagoon Toastmasters Club, she is a treat to watch on stage as she tickles her audience with her humorous speeches. She has won many awards at division level contests. She is also a certified competent communicator and has achieved her advanced level bronze certification in leadership skills also. She is a sought after cookery expert, often featuring on television and radio programs. She has appeared on Asianet TV in a special cookery show and regularly shares her wisdom and experience on air. Associated with healthy cooking since 2 decades, she has a special passion for healthy recipes. Her recipes are tasty, versatile, easy to follow with less and easily available ingredients. Sithara has recently published a cookery book named Sithara's Delicious Dilemma, a perfect encyclopedia on food and its value. This book, in a very short time, has become a household necessity. In the recent Sharjah International Book Fair, she launched her second book, the Malayalam version of Sithara's Delicious Dilemma. She was also fortunate to be a part of the Guinness Book of World Records, where Sharjah Book Fair Authority achieved this award for the most number of authors signing their own books at a single location. Being involved in food as a chef, author of cookbook and food-related business, her focus is now simply to turn the ratio of food waste. Her message is that every individual should learn to give value to food. Only then can we bring the changes. Born in the South Indian state of Kerala as the youngest of 5 siblings, Sithara is married to a Bangalorean Mughal and has lived most of her adult life in the Gulf. While not experimenting with new dishes or entertaining audiences, she loves singing and penning her thoughts. Sithara is based in Sharjah with her 2 teenage daughters and her husband. Hey all, are you having a great day today?
Yes.
Yes? Alright, well, it's about to get greater because we have an esteemed personality in our midst. You might have seen your mom or your dad follow one of her amazingly versatile recipes. You might have a book written by her on your bookshelf. You might have laughed to death at one of her humorous speeches. Either way, she's quite a superstar, a queen in the culinary world, the author of a best-selling book, and a stupendous public speaker. Let's give it up for today's guest, Toastmaster Raham Sithara. Hi ma'am, how are you doing today?
Thank you. It is really great and a privilege to be here with the Cavaliers.
All right, that's great. So we'll get started right away. Yeah.
That's
so
nice.
Since you have the book right there, let's start talking about the book. It's such a big
Yes.
part of your portfolio. Yeah, the
Right,
book.
right.
Yes. So your book has quite an interesting name,
Right.
Sithara's Delicious Dilemma. So what I'd like to know is, tell us what the dilemma is exactly.
Yeah, food itself is a dilemma nowadays because we have a lot of variety of choices around the world. And this is actually my aim was to pick the delicious recipes from my mom's collection and give it to the world, give it to the future generation. That was my first preference. So for that, when I started involving in all the recipes, it was quite a dilemma to find out which I can include in this book and which I can exclude. So there came the name Delicious Dilemma.
So I'm guessing you loved your mom's cooking so much that you
Really.
didn't know what to exclude, right?
Yes.
So you've talked in various events about how your mom's always been your inspiration, and you had mentioned in 1 or 2 events that you started writing this book when your mom fell physically ill, that she couldn't
Yes.
cook anymore.
Yes.
So can we have the book brought up? The cover of the book, it is quite an interesting cover actually.
Really,
It shows. Let's show it.
These are the 2 books.
Yeah, it shows one hand guiding another hand to serve a plate full of food. So does this link to your mother in any way? Is it a symbolic representation of your mother?
Sure. Yeah, it is exactly what you meant. For this photograph, I went to India during that busy process of the writing. I went to India. I picked the photograph of my mom. We both are this two hands, that is my mom's hand and my hand. We both are serving the food to the next generation. That is my nephew's hand is there.
Wow.
Because symbolically I want to express that these recipes and the whatever knowledge we got from the roots should be served to the next generations and to the other generations.
Okay.
That's what I am symbolically meant. So these are the two books, and one is in English that I have published first, and the second one is in the same content, that is in my mother tongue, that is Malayalam.
So this was published in the Sharjah International Book Fair this year.
Yes, the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
So who came up with the idea for this cover?
The cover itself, my family has supported me for every step. And when I discussed with my family, that is my husband and my children, so actually I want to put up my mother's recipes, and the first aim, that is my first preference is to give these knowledge to the next generations.
Yeah.
So they and myself came up with the same idea, that is there should be a human touch, and the human touch should be symbolically, it should be expressed that the recipes should serve it to the generations.
And the idea worked, because your book is such a huge success.
Really, so many people, they praised a lot and they loved it.
Yeah, I can imagine why. After seeing, there's a lot of deep content in it. I can imagine it came from your heart, right?
Yes,
so I had read up on your book, and I found the entire layout very interesting. So you assign dishes for each day of the week. There are 49 recipes in all.
Yes.
Right. So then, and one of them for out of these 7 for each day, you have one of them that's your signature dish.
Right.
So why don't you tell us more about this layout? Why don't you tell the audience more about the entire layout of the book?
One thing I was in particular, I wanted to the picture of each dish, the authentic way I wanted to kept in the pages. That is what I really meant. Like, I made the dish in the perfect way. I kept on my table, on my mat, on my plate, and I took the photograph.
Okay.
Because instead of taking from the different sources, I like to have that authenticity should be there.
Yeah, that personal touch.
That is personal touch.
Yeah.
That is one thing. And then I thought this should be a collection, should serve every individual, whoever is an expert or a newcomer this world, this world of cooking. So it should be a great help for them. So that is why I collected the collection and arranged it like that, 7 sets. And in each 7 sets, there are bread items like the parathas, roti, rice, everything, carbohydrate items are there. Then followed by gravies.
Okay.
Dry gravy or the usual gravy. Then with some other side dishes like pickles and salads are there. Then some drinks are there. And at the last of each one, that is a 6th one is a sweet dish.
Okay.
And the last one, that is a 7th dish, is developed by myself.
Wow. Okay.
So that is a contribution from my side.
It's Sithara's signature dish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the way I made that one. And more than that, it includes 3 cuisines are there.
Okay.
That is, one is Memini cuisine.
Okay.
All are Indian cuisines. So one is Memini cuisine, and the second one is Mughlai dishes. Mughlai cuisine is there. Then Keralite Malbari cuisine is there.
Okay.
And the developed dishes are 7.
7. Yeah.
So this is the collection.
Wow. So you had previously said that this book, it took 2.5 years to write.
Yeah, about 3 years I can say.
3 years.
Yes.
Okay. So I am very much interested in writing myself. So as someone in the writing field, I know the experience of writer's block, where you're blocked, you don't know how to go forward. So what inspired you? Obviously, you must have been blocked, right? In these 3 years, you must have felt like you wanted to stop.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what kept you going? What was that inspiring force that drove you forward?
Again, the support of family was there with me. That is there. So many friends, they also supported me.
Yeah.
Because when we have a dream or we have a plan,
Yeah.
we should collect the sparks from around. We should fire up that spark. So for that, we need the recommendations from the outside world. So that was there with me. So every day my niece kept on asking me that how is about the work from India itself, and even my children, and that was there. And many good friends of me, they supported, like the photography was done by 3 of my friends. So that was a big help, because for taking the photography, we have to the expense is very big expense. So first come writer should have to face all these things as a big challenge. So there I got the support from many sides, like many friends have supported me, and even for editing and everything, one of my Toastmaster friend, she supported for the editing of that work. So like that kind of driven forces were there. But still at moments writer's block was there, and for many days the writing was stopped there.
That was the biggest challenge.
I was just confused, like I should proceed or stop
just
there.
Stop it right there.
I think this is usual with all the writers.
It is one of the biggest challenges that we face as a writer.
Yes.
And it is our family and friends that keep us going. For me personally, it was my grandfather. Who kept me going. So who was your biggest critic?
My family again,
okay.
Because for the other people, these dishes are not there in the YouTube. So most of my friends, they love the way it was expressed in the book, and also they made that dish, and even they put the photographs in shared the photographs in the social sites. So it was really very pleasing me. But my family, they have the privilege to get this dish in the day-to-day basis. They were like, this is a little bit salt should be there, all these things were there. And even I have taken that also as a positive side, because critics should be there. Then also we learn from our mistakes.
Well, I'm thankful for all those critics, because they made it into a finished product. So you had recently been been at the Sharjah International Book Fair as a guest, a guest chef, right? For one of the cookery programs. So I had read a press release about your cookery program, and you had made a dish called honey mint pineapple. And they, in the press release, they described it as an instant hit with all the visitors. So tell us, was this something you had been planning to do, or was it something that just happened unexpectedly? Were you experimenting and it just happened?
In fact, it is there in the collection. It is there. Because it is pineapple, and the ingredients itself all are natural. I always prefer the natural ingredients. I mostly avoid the different colorings and the chemical substances. So it's very healthy. And when they called me for this cookery slot, they invited me. Then itself I planned that this will be a nice one, because of the color of the pineapple, the natural colors are there, and it is a appetizer, so that will be giving a warmth to the audience, whoever the guests are sitting there. So that's why I planned for this one. So for the cookery shows, we have to send the ingredients and the methods even before ahead. So it was already sent, and they will be providing us all the ingredients and everything. And I was privileged to have a celebrity, Arabic celebrity, during that time, and he loved the dish, and he was expressing that to that Arabic medium. So that was a wonderful experience for me.
No, when you see the picture of the dish itself, it's really vibrant, really colorful itself. So I can understand why it attracted so many visitors.
Because when food comes to us, in front of us, we enjoy that food with our five senses, not only with our mouth, but not only with our tongue. We are seeing, visualizing that dish. Then when something we are frying, even that sound will create a very warmth in our heart. Then the smell, then we are touching it, even the touch, sometimes soft, and then cakes are soft, fluffy. So these things, and then the taste is the last thing I prefer, because all other four sense organs are giving the temptation to the food, and then we taste it.
That's how we know, like, right, when we enter our house, whether our mom is cooking something we like or not. So you've probably been asked about your culinary masterpieces very often, so I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to ask you, was there any time when something that you were cooking, something that you were experimenting with, it turned out completely different from all your expectations, like it didn't come out the way that it was supposed to be?
Yeah, I can even share a funny incident during the photo shoot of the thing.
Yes, please do.
Because whenever I called a photographer, that is my friends only, for taking the photographs, I have to make 10 or 15 dishes on a go and keep it ready, and I have to select the plates, mats, everything. I have to change it very instantly and put the whatever the decorations for the presentation. So during that course of time, I have a kitten, small one.
Okay, what's her name? Is it a he? Okay. Is it a he or a she?
Yeah, she.
She, okay.
Yeah, and she started smelling that one, and one of the photographers, they have picked that photograph also.
Okay.
So sometimes it also happens. And for the experience, obviously, many times I failed because we are trying with the cheese and so many things, maybe the ratio of the things will be different, and we have to put it together and make the same thing to get the best result. So I tried for the best results because it has been developed by myself. So I was in particular that the taste should be the best and the appearance should be the best in my view.
So practice makes perfect. So now we've talked about you, the author, you, the chef. So let's talk about you, the entrepreneur. Tell us a little bit about your venture into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, this is also an idea came at once. That is like its name is Grillstone. My company name is Grillstone. It's a free zone license I have. This is also related to food. Like we are providing the grill attachments like tandoor, pizza oven, and that barbecue stations for the villas and gardens. Because here the local Arabs, they like to have that grilling more than frying, and they prefer that one. So I went to that media, and that was a dream, and started this one. Yes.
So it all sounds very delicious.
Really.
Now let's talk about your Toastmaster career. Tell us how Toastmastering has influenced you as an author and you as a chef. How has it helped you?
Alhamdulillah, it is my 11th year in Toastmasters.
That's amazing.
Not only myself, my entire family is in Toastmasters.
Wow, okay.
Because 2009, when my husband and myself, we both entered into the Toastmaster, we started with the Lagoon chapter, that is in Sharjah. I was not the Sithara sitting in front of you. This is a living evidence for everybody. I couldn't talk properly. I couldn't open my mouth because I came from the Malayalam medium of instruction. So I was a little bit hesitant to open my mouth and talk English.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who face the same problem. Yes.
Yeah, that was my condition. But I tried table topic. That is my favorite.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Okay. And after that, for the speeches also, because every speech I find myself like I'm creating a film out of that. I'm the director of that P1, P2. I love to see in that way.
That's a very creative way of looking at it.
So I tried. I learned a lot of things. I started reading. I collected all the informations whenever somebody speaks. today I was privileged to get some points from Ashna. So it is not like a small child or a big man is speaking.
Yeah.
It does matter that what the point, what is their point, that matters.
Whether they speak from the heart or not. Yeah.
So we can collect the informations from there, then I grow from there, and I am very passionate to make the other people laugh.
Yes, I was just going to ask you about that actually.
Yeah.
Your main area of expertise is humor.
Yes,
and
I believe.
what I've seen from my experience is that it is actually easier to make people cry than actually extract a genuine laugh from them, because humor is quite a difficult field in public speaking.
Exactly.
So everyone, every comedian or every humorous speaker, they have their own mantra.
Right.
For humorous speaking.
Right.
So what is your mantra? What advice do you have for all the Gavaliers here who would like to enter into the field of humorous public speaking?
See, even though humor is a serious business, okay, humor is there with every human being, isn't it?
Yes.
Even with the animals.
That's true. There are a lot of videos of online.
Right. Yeah. So humor is with everybody. But only thing is, when we put the fertilizer and the water to the plants, just like that, we have to put some fertilizer to our humor side, isn't it?
Yes.
And I'm blessed with so many tough experiences in life.
Okay.
I don't want to say that it is tough experiences. It's all blessings, I can say. Alhamdulillah, I had a lot of blessings like this. So from there, it happens in retrospect, where struggles becomes funny.
Yes.
Isn't it? This is what happened, because when I was a completely a Malayalam child, then I got married to a Bangalore Mughal. So there was a communication problem with us.
Oh yeah, my aunt went through the same thing.
During my earlier days of marriage, it was really difficult to communicate. You can imagine, only with the sign language.
Oh no.
Communicating with the spouse. So it was a struggle at that time. But after years, it just transformed into a humorous speech.
Yeah.
That was the topic for my humorous speech, second humorous speech,
okay,
which I have taken to the division level.
Wow.
I became the first runner-up there.
Wow, let's give a round of applause just for that.
So if you want to, not only for becoming a humorous speaker, even for to write, even for to become an orator, what you have to do is connect to the world. Connect to the world and collect all the ideas from your day-to-day life. Overlooking the hindrances like age, nationality, gap. Even you are standing in a lift, you can connect to the world. Collect the ideas. Note it down. Don't trust your memory. Note it down, everything. There you can make the refining and you can make the material for your, the book if you want to publish one, or for a speech, or for making a film, or for your life. That is the best way I found.
Yeah, that's really sound advice.
Yes.
So it seems that you take up the challenging part of everything, whether it's in public speaking, you take up the humorous public speaking. In teaching, you take up mathematics, which I think a lot of you can relate to me when I say this. Mathematics is a nightmare for so many students.
Yes.
It keeps us awake at night right before the exam. There are a lot of people who do like mathematics, and both my mom and my dad love mathematics, and I'm not really that fond of mathematics, so it just made it I used to be really scared of mathematics.
Yes.
So what actually made you take math up as your teaching subject?
One thing has solved. I became a little bit better in mathematics.
Okay.
Started teaching and became. When you have a small brother of 1 or 2 age difference, we should learn mathematics, because to cut the pieces into the equal halves, isn't it? So it is very, very necessary for the life.
Yeah.
And mathematics is a skill. If you learn, you can keep in mind. It's not like science or any other subject. We have to keep all the points. So I became a little bit such smarter at that time. I thought that mathematics is very easy because if I have the basis, I can live happily. But it was not really. Once you jump into mathematics,
Yeah.
it has a lot of things. I don't know how Ramanujan and
Yeah.
everybody had done it.
No,
but
just by
still
looking, that's
learning.
the Hardy Ramanuja number, yeah.
Yes.
They just looked at the cab and they
Right.
figured it out.
Yes.
In the video that we had seen, I guess all of you must have noticed about. You are very passionate about the subject of food wastage.
Yes.
So tell us how we as young individuals can contribute to stopping food wastage, to
Right.
fighting food
Yeah.
wastage.
See, I don't believe in big things. I always believe in small changes which can create big difference.
Small
in
drops make a big
yes,
ocean.
in our day-to-day life, what we can do at every moment, then can create a big impact. That's what I believe. So nowadays, when I started thinking about this food and I started authoring all the recipes, the main change happened in myself itself. I started stopping the food wastage. First of all, even the vegetable peel, whatever is, I'm transforming into the compost for my plants in the balcony. That is one thing. The second thing is, whenever we expatriates, we try the hotel foods, right?
Yes.
During the weekends and all. This is a small message, small tip for all these Gaveliers today. What I experience, I want to share you. Try to do this one. Whenever we go for a outdoor eating from a restaurant, see, normally what happens when we go and sit there, we will be tempted to have a lot of items, right? Many items, whatever we can, because the menu is having, nowadays it is getting extended and extended
Yeah.
with fusions and fusions, right? So we will be like, we order this one and chicken, mutton, one will be saying chicken, yeah, other one will be lollipop chicken, yeah, gobi manchurian, so many dishes.
Yeah.
Normally it happens more than what we need. We just ask for the
Yeah,
waiter
we
to
just order
bring
it.
it. So after bringing all these things, what happens is we will try that, this, and so much remains will be there. In most of the restaurants and most of the high hotels, they are freezing the food for the convenience and all. They are not making everything instantly. So what happens once they the frozen food will be made into a warm dish and they are giving for us, they are serving. After that, they will be putting it in the garbage. Normally, this is what happens. So when we are leaving the food on the table, suddenly, immediately they have the rules to put it in the garbage. So what I do is within 1 hour, 2 hours, the food is absolutely nice for taking it, using it. So what we are doing is we will be asking them to parcel, take away, and with that, if the pieces are less, if the curry is less, if the bread is less, we all are having a very pleasant life by grace of God. Alhamdulillah. So we can ask for one more dish, just to buy one more dish or some more breads, and I just give it to some other on my way, like less fortunate, some municipality workers or somebody, some friends, so that within 1 hour they can consume the food and we can avoid. This is the small step.
That's wonderful
but,
advice.
Yes, small steps will work.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is you don't have to spend any extra money, or you just have to do it. It takes just a minute. So that was an amazing half an hour. Don't you all think so? Yes. Can I have a more convincing, louder yes? Yes. Thank you. So, ma'am, thank you so much for giving us the honor of hearing you speak today. And we haven't had enough of you yet. We want you back one more time to actually finish up the conversation. We hope to have you back here. So everyone, I'm sure you've had a lot to take away from her, from our talk here. That was Toastmaster Raham Sithara. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Please subscribe to Positive Media channel for future updates. Also, click the bell icon for timely updates. Do share our YouTube link among your friends and family.